Hey everybody, another update for the Deathwing Pre-Heresy Army. The first Dreadnought is done. The Forge World Venerable, or Dark Angel's Dreadnought. Yeah, Dark Angel's Venerable Dreadnought from Forge World. The only thing that's not Forge World is his right arm, the last cannon arm. That's from the Games Workshop Venerable Dreadnought kit. Everything else is Forge World, and there's a lot of detail in this model. Zoom in just a little bit. This angel over here actually, or Grim Reaper angel aspect thing, is actually fully done because this part attaches up here and goes down. So you can paint underneath there. This one attaches down here. Overall, lots of detail on the legs too, as you see. And really, I'm just trying to keep it simple for this model. I only put the green highlighting on the helmet because I'm not quite sure yet. I may go back and touch it up. I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with the vehicles in terms of that. So we'll see. Now the metal has been washed, but the wash is very light, so I may go back and do it again. The only thing I have to do is put the writing on the what do you call those purity seals on the legs, because I forgot to do that. That's a quick and easy process, taking like 10 seconds. So here he is. He is pinned, so he can swivel and take the top off if necessary. And that's pretty much it. He took longer than I imagined him to take because, as with everything Forge World, the details is very intense. There's a lot of fine detail in the model. You can really take a while painting if you so choose to. So I tried to do a minimalistic approach while still giving the model the justice that it deserves. Doing the Dark Angel symbols in red as an example, instead of doing them just in metallic. So he's done. I still have a second Dreadnought, 10 Terminators, and a Land Raider to go. I still think it's doable. What's next is going to be some Terminators. I'm going to put together and start painting some Terminators. I have an idea of how I'm going to do that, but we'll see if the idea meets the actual doing, as it were. But that's what's up next on the block, the Terminators. So, yeah, that's it for a pretty quick update. One thing with Forge World, definitely make sure you wash the models well, and I thought I did, but I still had some problems with Release Agent, so it took longer to get the base coat done. But being black, once the base coat was done, most of the model was done, so that was nice. These talons here are kind of fragile when you put them together, so you have to kind of hold it in place for a bit until it really takes until the glue really seats up. And I use super glue for the resin. I'm not sure if the plastic glue even works on resin. I thought it did. I'm pretty sure I thought I used it on other resin, maybe it's resin to plastic, but it wasn't really working on parts of this model, so I just went ahead with the super glue, which does work, but you do have to hold it a little bit longer. It's not quite the instantaneous hold that super glue tends to give sometimes. Other than that, not too much else to say about the model other than dry fit, dry fit, dry fit. And there was a big nub of resin here because the engine, the power plant, we're going to call it, is separate. You have to remove that nub carefully and get a nice level area that the engine can connect to easily. The legs were one piece except for the feet. And one thing about the legs here is you have to be careful. They're very fragile. That Iron Hands Dreadnought that I did a while back, I actually broke the legs in half, had it glued together, and luckily I was able to repair it just fine. You can't really tell, but you can definitely feel how fragile they actually are. Nothing to really worry about unless if you start twisting it, you'll snap it like that. It'll be over in a matter of seconds if you start twisting it. But you're probably not going to twist it. I did it by accident with the other Dreadnought. But nothing broke on this model, which is very good. And the only thing is, I'm pretty sure I have a heavy flamer equipped on this model. as far not on the army list for this model. But I put the storm bolter there just because I'm gonna say it's a heavy flamer. That would be one nice thing that Forge Rule could do, is when they give you the close combat arms, give you a storm bolter and maybe the heavy flamer as well, because it is an option and will look pretty cool considering the fact that the way it attaches. Let's see if I can do this without breaking any parts off. There we go. It attaches down there. It's not the same attachment point as the heavy flamers of Games Workshop Dreadnought, so you can't really use them unless you really modify it a lot. Here's a little look at the legs. It's got a skull on it, another angel there, and then the Dark Angel symbol in red, considering that's pretty much how it was during the Great Crusade. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me put the model back together for the closing shot, I guess. Really, it feels like it's a lot of work to make the Forge Rule chapter-specific dreadnoughts, and it is and it isn't. Because once you start getting into a groove, you can paint in sections, like do all metallics in one, and then do whatever color it is after that, and do all the period seals on one, stuff like that. And it really wraps up pretty quickly once you start getting it towards the end. It just flies together really quickly. So, I also put green for his last cannon right there. I want to keep everything subdued, and I want him being very blinged out, as it were, with gold and everything everywhere. His last cannon's got gold, and he's got a little gold halo, and that's pretty much it for the gold. So, up next are the Terminators. What I'm actually probably going to do is just assemble all 10 bodies and get them assembly lined out. I might just do 5. I might assemble all 10 and just paint 5. We'll see how it goes. But that's the more tedious process, because it is repetitive work doing the 5 models, or in this case 10 if you're going to do all at once at the same time. But I feel once I go over that hurdle of the Terminators, the Dreadnought, the second Dreadnought, which is the Games Workshop Dreadnought, which still has detail but nowhere near as much as this, and the Land Raider should go pretty quickly, because for the most part the Dreadnought and the Land Raider are boxy shapes, and boxy shapes assemble and paint pretty quickly. So other than that, that's pretty much it and where I'm at. I have one full day aside from today of which I can do painting and stuff, so it is still very doable. I did kind of get sidetracked with TV and video games a little bit, but obviously can't do that anymore. As far as when time to paint, I gotta paint, but you gotta take a break every so often so you don't get bored of it. Anyways, that's it. So until next time, take it easy.